syllabus. Okay, we have finished quite a lot. Now you'll be having an exam, SEC exam. I think it's already been notified in our departmental notice board. Okay, there's nothing to panic about for my paper. You people have been coming from my classes, so it's just a general overview, and I just wanted to know how much you understood in my classes. Okay, it's not very difficult questions there. Simple questions, but a little detailed. Okay, so what whenever you go through uh, the uploads again for your preparation of examinations, just go through it in detail. Okay, I've even been uploading that in the Engage. So if you have to review whatever things, if you don't understand, you can go to the Engage portal and listen to the recordings again. Okay. So now today we will
Sir,
continue. Yes, Razi.
sir, sir, which type of
Yes,
question will be
Razi.
there?
It is again the same thing. It is a quiz. Okay. So about it'll be of 10 marks. So you people have to answer about 9-10 questions. Okay. You'll have options there. So you have to choose from the options and then submit it. Okay. It's simple. Okay, in fact, the answers are already there. So whenever you are given options, the answers are already there. You just have to read the questions properly, understand it, and then I think you'll come up with the answers properly. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. You just don't get panicky about your internals. Okay, so we were into creative writing. Okay, so we defined what a creative writing is. Now we know how technically we should know about creative writing. Until now we knew about creative writing. Okay, we have been doing creative writing since class 6 7, even class 3, and all of these things. Write about a cow and write about your school, all of these essays that you've been writing, all of these are creativity. But now what we are learning is how to channelize this creativity, okay, how to make it prim and proper, how to tailor it, in fact, and present it in front of your audience. Okay, so until now we have known about the 7 steps to follow so that we can improve our creative writings. Okay, we have seen how to structure our creative writing pieces. Okay, how to, in fact, we even looked at how to even garner the experiences. Whenever we are, I'll just close my window. Okay, please give me 1 minute. Okay, yeah. So we even, in fact, even looked into how to get all of these. What are the sources of creative writing? So whenever we are walking or talking or whatever we are doing, we look into, whenever we are writing a creative piece, we look into all of the senses that we have in us. The sight, the touch, the hearing, the laughing, whatever. And even your sixth sense, the things that you feel, you write that as well. You have a grasping introduction and how the characters should be built and how it reaches its climax and then it goes into the conclusion. Okay, so and all of these things, the modes and the features, we have generally known about all of these things. Now, when I upload the materials, you will be knowing all of these things in particular. Okay, so now today, now we will go into the other part of our syllabus, the topic that is writing for media. Okay, so it is again a continuation of creative writing, like we have been continuing, right from the time when we were learning about comprehension skills. Okay, we first did the comprehension that led us to summary and then editing and then academic editing. We've stopped the academic editing. Now we are into creative writing. Okay, now creative writing also, we know the structure, the form, and everything. And now we are going into the, so now, uh, again, as usual, let us start by asking ourselves, what do we understand when we see this sentence or phrase, writing for media, in front of our eyes? आपका दिमाग में क्या आता है writing for media? Any student can answer, even wrong answers again. You can give me wrong answers as well. But let's participate. What is writing for media? आपको क्या लगता है? What comes in your mind now? Whenever we looked into creative writing, you thought of something. It is writing creatively. Whenever you look into technical writings, you feel about, oh, okay, it's writing technically. Whenever you look into the word academic writing, now you know academic is writing is something which is very different. Okay, now what comes in your mind when you see writing for the media? बोलो बोलो.
Sir, writing news for newspapers, magazines.
Okay, writing for newspapers and magazines. Any other who can add to what Sumana said? Sumana is okay, correct, and 20% correct. If someone can add 10 more percent or 20 more percent.
Sir, I said that writing for media means writing newspaper.
Oh, okay, Subash. Sumana was also saying something.
Sir, I said something informative.
Okay, something informative. Okay, so okay, any other thing?
So vision or clarity of some topic.
Vision of clarity. Yeah, okay. So now with these three pillars, okay, let's build what writing for media is. Okay. Now Subhashi said it's writing for what newspapers and all of these things, right? Subhashi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Sumana was saying it is what informative, right?
Yes,
Informative
sir.
piece. And Saurav said it is quite particular, right?
Yes, sir.
What is Saurav said, a particular kind of writing, right?
Yes, sir. Clarity. Something.
Okay. Okay, so actually, we mix all of these things. Okay, whenever we are looking into writing for media, it is about writing for articles. Okay, but it is more than just newspaper article. Newspaper article is one of many forms. And what Sumana said is about it is informative. Yeah, it is supposed to be informative. Okay, in fact, whatever we write for the media, it has to be informative. Okay, so if it is journalism type, so you write it for the magazine. Okay, if it is a story type, you write as a story. If it is a feature, then you write as a feature writing. Okay, informative. And what sort of said it should be clear, because it is communicating to a larger audience. So the audience, you should keep your, like we have discussed in our creative writing also, we keep the audience in our mind. So since it is a large audience, we we keep the writing piece to be as clear as possible. Okay, we first have to understand the term media. Okay, so what is media now? Students, again, this is my question to you. media কি আছে?
Sir, means of communication.
Means
Interact.
okay. Preeti, other question. Preeti, you want to say something?
So to interact with
To interact with what?
the people.
Okay, people. Okay, any other thing? Just one more, if someone can take this a little bit further. No? Okay, so
Sir,
media is
providing
something
information.
which yeah, okay. So provide. Okay, so actually media is it finds its genesis in the media is you can take it as a plural of medium. Okay, so it is a medium, it is a way of communicating to your audience. Okay, so whenever you're writing for a media, there will be different forms of media, right? Because there are different forms of medium of communicating with the audience that you intend to. Okay, so if you are in the advertising media, so your language would follow the advertising media compulsions, okay, or the lingua franca as it is said. So, and now if you write for maybe a magazine, a feature, okay, so you would be writing in that form, a feature writing form. Okay, so that is again another medium. Okay, so what we understand by media is it is a medium with which we communicate with our audience. Okay, and now, so now writing for media means writing for different forms now. Okay, you write you. Okay, so now these different forms are now you can keep your notebooks by your side and you can just write down the notes. Okay, so there are different
Excuse me, sir.
mediums. So okay, yes,
Sir, your voice is not clear.
okay. I think I should be a little bit louder. Okay, so now am I much more audible?
Sir, your voice is cut out.
Oh, okay. Now is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So so now by media, there are different mediums to communicate with our audience. Okay, and these there are various mediums to communicate with our audience, and the mediums now are one your print media. Okay, print media relating to what Subha she said about journalism, about feature writing, okay, about all of these things. Printed medium is used to communicate with your printed, right? Magazines are printed, books are printed.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay. Yes. Yes, Nia.
Say again, your voice is cut down.
Okay. Wait, I'll just move my laptop. Okay, now better.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, whenever we are writing, whenever we are using mediums to communicate, we have different mediums. Okay, so now when we talk about the print media, we go into the realm what Subhashi shared with us, about newspapers, about books, about magazines. Okay, and whatever form in this media you follow, you stick to that particular form. Okay, even your research papers are printed, so that also has a particular uh, kind of forms that you follow, like we have learned in our academic writing. It has a different form altogether. And in this we also come across topics such as proofreading and copy editing. Okay, so all of these things relate to the print media, even editors, okay, writing editorial and all of these things. Okay, and after that we go into the realm of electronic media. Okay, so now what is electronic media? Electronic media is your TV and your radios, okay, whatever is run by electricity is known as your electronic media, right? So in that electronic media, you find radios, so writing maybe reports, news, the news that would be said in a broadcast. Okay, how to write that news, how to write maybe the advertisings in the TV. Okay, or how to write maybe a studio interview. Okay, how to write a field interview. So all of these forms are there whenever you choose a particular medium. Okay, now here you're using your electronic medium. So there you come across radios, televisions, maybe music programs where you use electronic things to communicate. Okay. Your television series called as Dharavahik and all of these things. Okay. Even your live programs, live shows, you write a script, particular script, what goes front, what goes back. Okay, so it is more into the technical writing rather than your creative. Okay, it is creative. Why it is under creative writing is you use your creativity to who is in the other end of the medium. Okay, that is where the creativity comes. All of these things are there, the features are there. You use all of these features from the different mediums you choose, but you put it in a creative manner so that your audience uh, is lured by whatever you want to relate to them. Okay, so and after your electronic media, we come across your digital media. Okay, now how is digital media and electronic media different? Now digital is what comes to the digits, right? So all of these computer programming and your mobiles and all these things are digitally programmed so that okay, there are particular commands that the computer follows, and even I think you must be knowing that the computer functions in numericals rather than the words that we put in. Okay, the words, whatever you put, the words that you put in your computers, it is encoded into a numerical form, and then the computer understands that ways. Okay, even in mobiles and all of these gadgets. Okay, so whenever you are using all of these new technologies, that is the digital media, and from that now, in fact, in all of these COVID days, we are more into the digital media than the electronic media and the print media. Okay, so your digital media would be your YouTubes and your ebooks, your e-magazines, your newspapers, e-newspapers, okay, e-journals, all of these things. And now again, whenever you're writing for digital media, you would be writing a bit different from your print media or your electronic media, right? So the newspaper that you write it in a print media form, would be different than the newspaper that you would be writing in your digital media form. You know, if the print media, the newspaper is much more detailed and much more maybe on the negative side, much more boring. Your digital newspaper, your e-newspaper may be much more colorful and much more interactive. So accordingly, you'll be using your language. So the language that you use in your e-newspaper may not be convenient with the language that you use in your print newspaper. Okay, the same goes for your journals or magazines or books that is there in the digital media today. Okay, again, writing for web, your blogs, all of these things comes into your digital media. Even your emails, the way you write your email is very different from the way you write your letter. If you actually follow the way, your email is should be uh, in a different form, which does not follow the form which a print media follows. Okay, even your text messages and all of these things, all of these things are also you're writing for the media. You're writing using the digital platform, the digital media, and communicating with your friends, maybe, or your teachers, maybe. Okay, you're relating you're communicating with the mass there in the other end. Okay, and after you know about your digital media, then we have totally a different section which is advertising. Okay, but why advertising is again a totally different section? Because it fits into all of these things, right? It fits into the print media, it fits into the electronic media, it fits into the digital media as well. Okay, so but it does fit into all of these things, but it has different forms again. Okay, so the advertising language that you use in your digital media may not be the same that you use in electronic media. Okay, your advertising would include your direct marketing skills, maybe. Okay, your maybe your sales promotion. Okay, your even your the care that you give to your customer, even that is advertising. So you go to a Hyundai showroom, they care like anything. Okay, they ask you for a cup of coffee. You've gone for a car, but they ask you for a cup of coffee. They give you nice sanitizing things. They give you one or two napkins. Okay, one or two laddus, this, that, and oh, okay, Hyundai is so good. That itself is again, you know, uh, again writing for media. There's a particular way that a salesperson talks to you. Okay, a particular way or sales manager will talk to you. Okay, so all of these things which is related to the organization. Okay, that is writing for the media, and writing for the media is you're writing for the mass media. It's not like you're writing to your friend, or you're writing it's just for one person. It is more for a larger audience there. Okay, so for that you have to be technically acquainted. In fact, you have to know what are the things, like in your advertising there are different ways of advertising. Broadcasting, if you use your radio and TV, some may use pamphlets, some of them may use brochures. So how to write? Okay, what are the things that should be there in the pamphlet? What are the things that should be there in the brochures? Okay, so all of these things, the language, how to use them. So all of these are the concerns of writing for media. Actually, it is a huge course, the writing for media, if you really have to dig into it. Okay, but since we have it as a part of our creative writing, we will look into it generally and focus on one or two focus points, which would be enough for us for the university exams and for the college level that you are in. Okay, later on, you want to read more or do more on writing for media. In fact, you can have a career, a whole career in this itself, feature writers and so many things, and the editors and even now with the digital media coming up, there are so many even blog writers. You subscribe and then you earn from there, so you can be a professional writer, media writer later on. Just like we had travel writers earlier. Now, even now also we have travel writers. Okay, but all of these things, writing for media is booming much more now. That is why the university also wants you to know about what is this. Okay, in fact, you people as students, if you are aware that okay, there is something known as print media, there's something known as digital media, then from here you can find out your area of interest and specialize on that, or maybe read more on that, or maybe continue your studies on that. Okay, so this is actually the concept of having your writing for media in your syllabus. Okay, so now generally I have just discussed about until now we have discussed about the general things that we will make ourselves aware in one or two classes that we would be having on this writing for media. Okay, today being an introductory class for writing for media, we are just going to know about all of these topics in a more general manner. What is it about writing for media? So now just like in the beginning of the class, now when I ask you what is writing for the media, now okay, writing for media is something that is written to communicate with the mass, people there. And whenever you are communicating with the mass people, we have so many different forms. Okay, and particular forms have particular structures, right? So so this is writing for media. And now just to mark some of the points, I'll give you one or two points, after which we end the class because we have our exams again today. Okay, so okay, now we also have to know about public relations here. Okay, so now writing for media is your public relation writing. Okay, it is not your private relation writing. Okay, your private relation writing is your letters, your official letter is also your private, right? Because you are privately, that is a private concern of yours, but you are just offering for whatever whoever you're writing to. But writing for media is your public relation writing. In fact, even your creative writing, okay, the larger part, I think it's only 20% of the creative writing is your personal writing. Okay, but 80% of it is, even if the people who creatively write and keep it in your diary, I think even that is also your 80% is about public relation writing, because you are saying, even when you're writing a creative piece, you're saying it. Okay, yeah, you're saying it to someone there. Okay, even if you don't think of saying it to someone, you are writing it, means it is coming from inside you and you want to relate it to someone else. Okay, so public is involved there. So later on when you die and someone sees your diary, so all of these things, your stories are there, and whatever creative pieces you've made. So again, that is a public relation writing. Okay, so what we have to know about public relation writers is actually public relation writers are specialists. Okay, and they implement certain strategies and tactics, okay, to maintain the public relation. Okay, so Harry Potter, so J.K. Rowling, when she's writing the Harry Potter series, So now she is a public relation writer, okay, creatively now whenever we are speaking for writing for the media. So she was writing for the print media. So now she takes care of the audience, okay, and she implements certain strategies, okay, that holds the audience there, okay, that holds the audience there, and the public relation develops. Okay, now with the public relations so finely dealt with, now she's a proclaimed writer now. Okay, so whenever we are thinking of writing for media, we always keep in our mind about the public relation writing. Okay, it is not your private relation writing. And how is public relation writing different from journalist writing? Okay, now this is journalist writing is just about reporting. Okay, so a journalist just reports whatever he or she sees. Okay, so whatever is there, she or he reports. So that is a journalist writing. What a public relation writing is, he or she sees the things, but is opinionated. Okay, so she or he is free to put her his opinion there. Okay, and accordingly convince his or her audience. Okay, so today is sunny, and me being a public relation writer, if I want my audience to believe that sunny days are really good, then I will be relating my topics using different mediums, maybe print media or digital media or electronic media or advertising. Okay, I choose all of these one of these forms, and then from there I write accordingly. Okay, I convince my public to believe that okay, sunny days are really good. And likewise, if I believe that sunny days, if my opinion is sunny days are really bad, so I put my opinions likewise and make them believe, make the relation with the public in such a way that they believe, oh yeah, really sunny days are really bad. Okay, but the public relation writers also take in the features of journalist writing. Okay, so whenever we are writing, we it is opinionated, but you write the facts as well. Okay, so if it is you are writing it is good, the sunny day is good, then you write about the facts. The flowers bloom because of the sun. Because of the sun, the children can go out and play. Okay, so all of these things, you write the facts there. You report whatever you see through your senses. Okay, you report whatever you see, you feel with your five senses. Whatever you feel, you see, not feel, you see and do. Hear, okay, smell, touch. Okay, you report that, and then you use your sixth sense. You feel, and then you put an opinion in it. Okay, so now if we have to separate the journalist from a public relation writer, then it would be the journalist uses just the five senses. So whatever he or she sees, touches, hears, okay, whatever the five senses are, she or he reports. And the public relation writer, he feels also whatever he is reporting, he feels for that, he develops an opinion and then he writes it down. Okay, it is not so. There is where the thin divide between a feature writer and a journalist also sprouts. Okay, so a feature writer gives the features of whatever is there, but also gives the feature of whatever he is feeling. Okay, which a journalist is debarred of all of these things. Okay, uh, so I think these are the general points that you should know. Okay. So now, since now we are in the environment of writing for media, I just want you people to develop this over the next 4 days. I think Saturday we'll have a class. Okay. Until then, I will upload this media. I think this on this upload for the media is necessary for you. Okay, because this is quite confusing for you people comparatively. But once you go through the uploads, it'll be clearer to you. Okay, so whatever uploads I will be putting it later. That is whatever we discussed today generally. Okay, so whatever uploads you get, it is in a detailed manner there. Okay, so you read word by word, you go sentence after sentence, and then you understand. Okay, and then next class we can have a much more richer discussion in which you would be understanding more, and then you would be having questions, and it would be good for me to answer and also know things which I don't know. You might come across um, points which is interesting and which might lead me a notch more knowledgeable. Okay, so class, with your permission, if there are no questions, are there any questions until now? Otherwise, if there are no questions, I intend to stop the class today, because again at 2 I've got an exam with your seniors, I think fifth semesters. So any question?
No, sir.
No question. Okay, so please go through the uploads again. Okay, this week for sure I'll upload. But Abhi, someday, today's, I don't know what is today, Tuesday, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah, maybe by tomorrow I'll upload. I was in fact preparing your uploads before the class, right? Okay, so I will upload. So please go through all of these things and we will meet in the next class. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you and good day ahead. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.